Hey, what's up everybody? Hammerheart Metal Reviews here once again. Today we're doing part 2 in my countdown of my favorite albums of 2022. My top 50. You can go check out the first 10 albums, numbers 50 to 41 that I just put up yesterday. And today we're going to be talking about the next 10 in this countdown, numbers 40 down to number 31. As I mentioned yesterday, each day this week you will get 10 more albums as it slowly works its way down to my top 10 and my favorite albums of the year. So as I mentioned yesterday, yeah, out of these top 50, probably about half of them are black metal, just as that's my favorite subgenre. But don't worry, there are still some other genres thrown in here as well, as you'll see from these 10 albums today. There's a good mix of stuff in here. So yeah, I'm not going to ramble on too long. You can go see the whole spiel in my intro yesterday. I'm just going to get right into this. Coming in number 40, my 40th favorite album from 2022 is Null with their album Origin. This album was released September 22nd. This is a one-man band from the USA. Plays a blend of like atmospheric black metal, but there's hints of folk in there, and it's really epic. If for just like similar bands, there's parts that remind me of a band like Can Bard. Then there's all other parts that remind me of a band like Winter Sun. So you kind of see the whole range of influences here, and it really just creates this massively epic album. It is 14 tracks and 80 minutes long, so that might deter some people from checking this out. I do agree that it is a little bit too long, could probably be trimmed a little bit, but wow, like this reaches for the stars and it succeeds. Like, it's a really awesome album from start to finish. Really amazing, epic, folky stuff here. If you haven't heard them, go check them out. Up next at number 39, I'm going with Aeternam and their album Heir of the Rising Sun. This was released September 2nd. This band is from Quebec. They play a very unique style of music. It's like symphonic, folky death metal, if that makes any sense at all. This is a historical concept album. Like, there's melody, but it's also really heavy. There's clean vocals, but there's also the harsh, aggressive vocals. Kind of a mixed palette of everything thrown together, but it really works. Like, this album is thoroughly engaging throughout. You've got more tranquil moments, but you've also got heavy, crushing moments as well. And it just really works. They've got their unique sound here, and they execute it flawlessly. This is just really awesome. Another one from start to finish that is just great. If you have not heard Aeternam, definitely go check out this album. Up next at number 38, I'm going with Transcending Rites and their album Worship of the Triumvirs. This was released July 3rd. This is some raw atmospheric black metal. This is an international project. It's a collaboration between Deha and Brouillard, who individually have amazing black metal projects in their own right, but then coming together for this collaboration, they've made something that even possibly surpasses both of their individual efforts. It's only 3 tracks, but it's like 45 minutes long, so you kind of know what you're in for, some long epics. It's really like this swirling atmosphere over the landscape of raw black metal, and the way that they have these really harsh vocals kind of pushed to the back, it really just takes you on this journey. It's so well done. It's abrasive and cold, but you're gonna get lost in it, and I just absolutely love these songs. I love this whole album. Yeah, go check it out if anything I just said sounds like it might interest you. Up next at number 37, I'm going with Fer De Lance, an album, The Hyperborean. This was released April 22nd. This is a debut full-length by this band. They had released an EP previously. This is some epic heavy metal, epic doom, all mixed together. They're from the USA. For a similar band, I mean, obviously there's going to be a little bit of similarity to a band like Candlemass, but more recent example would be like Atlantean Codex, kind of combining even some like epic era Bathory into the sound with their epic heavy metal, and kind of just merging it all together, and it's just such an awesome album. They even include like these Celtic acoustic passages amongst all the heavy epicness of this album, and it's just great. The vocals are really well done. Solid stuff. If I had to pick favorite songs, The Mariner is great, Arctic Winds, but really this whole album is made to be listened to as a whole. Is just truly epic. Really amazing stuff. This could even be higher than number 37, to be honest. It's really amazing. A little bit of an underrated one, I think. So go check it out if you're into epic heavy metal, epic doom, anything like that. Definitely worth your time. Up next at number 36, I'm going with Vastatum and their album Mercurial States of Revelation. This was released February 11th. This is some atmospheric black metal from Vancouver. And yeah, this one is just full of great riffs and vocals. The drumming is relentless as well. I just absolutely love the song constructions here. This is my style of black metal. Maybe they're not reinventing the wheel or like bringing anything new to the table necessarily, but they know the style of music they want to play, and they really succeed at creating a really enjoyable album from start to finish. If I had to pick favorite songs on here, Nascent Mother of Night is great. Upon the Dawn of Gilded Fire. Just all in all, this is another one that I feel like is a little bit of a hidden gem. Came out early in the year, but I love the riffs on here. I just really dig the album. That's why it's in on my list. All right, up next at number 35, going with Inexorum and their album Equinox Vigil. This was released June 17th. This is a unique band that plays kind of a mix of melodic blackened death metal. They are from Minneapolis, down in the States. The best description I can give of this is like the melodies of Dissection meets the Obsequiae with, if you've heard of Obsequiae, kind of combining like, yeah, melodic black metal, but then a little bit on the death metal side as well. But really melodic riffing with this great lush soundscape. Like that's kind of the elements that remind me of Obsequiae here, is just the atmosphere combined with like the melodic blackened death metal and just mixing it all together. It works wonderfully. The atmosphere is what it's all about here, but really great riffs and melodies throughout. Favorite tracks on here, the title track, Equinox Vigil, Dark Sky Sanctuary is awesome as well. All in all, a really solid album in at number 35. Up next at number 34, something completely different. Fellowship with their debut album, the Saberlight Chronicles. This was released July 13th. This is symphonic power metal from the UK. I know a lot of people probably can't believe this is on my list. This is super cheesy power metal, like very over the top. It's like flowery and poppy, but honestly, it's just so well done. That's why it's on my list. This is so catchy. It's so hooky. The vocals are great. The guitar work is awesome. So I know this isn't going to be for everyone based on how like happy sounding it is, but man, I dig it a lot. These songs are infectious. It's going to stick in your head. You're going to be humming along. You're going to be singing along. It puts a smile on your face. Obviously, you got to be in the right mood to listen to this kind of stuff, but I mean, I love power metal, and this is one of the best power metal albums of the year. Favorite tracks on here, Until the Fire Dies, Glory Days. All in all, if you're into this kind of stuff, definitely go give this album a listen. Now, on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, up next at number 33, I'm going with Immolation and Acts of God. This was released back on February 18th. Of course, death metal legends from the USA. Had a long career, pretty much flawless discography. They never miss, and this one is no exception. Just another solid slab of Immolation-style death metal. It's brutal, but the songs are memorable. They're catchy with the riffs. Oh, just absolutely love this. One of the best death metal releases of the year, in my opinion. Favorite tracks on here, Apostle, The Age of No Light, but really this entire album kicks ass. Really awesome stuff, exactly what you come to expect from Immolation. Okay, two more albums to talk about today. Up next at number 32, I'm going with Tomarum and their debut album, Ashen Realms of Stone Icons. This was released May 6th. This is another band that's very hard to label. They get described as progressive black metal, but there's a lot more to their sound than that. I hear elements of technical death metal in there, progressive death metal, kind of all thrown in a blender to create their own kind of thing here. These are really long, epic tracks. Yeah, so much like progressive technical death metal influence on the riff styles and the drumming. And even the bass as well is really awesome. Like, it's all of this stuff is over a backdrop of black metal, so I still get why they're described as progressive black metal, but don't let that turn you off if you're not into black metal. I feel like if you're just into like technical death metal, progressive death metal, you will enjoy this album. It's really interesting and unique and well done. Favorite tracks on here, Condemned to a Life of Grief, Awaken to Eternal Slumber is a really long epic. But yeah, all in all, really well done album in at number 32. All right, to end this edition off, in at number 31, I'm going with Bilwis and their album Pan. This was released March 11th. This is a one-man atmospheric black metal band from Germany. This is his debut full length. This is another one that I feel like is a hidden gem, just super underrated. Haven't really heard too many other people talk about this one. This is a concept album all about like fairy tales, so there's really folky parts, and there's so much underlying melody throughout this whole album. It's just amazing. I absolutely love this style of black metal where it's infused with folk, and like there's some clean singing parts with chanting, but overall it's still got this aggressive black metal edge, and it's just really well done. Favorite tracks, Wassermann, Der Mond on Himmel is easily my favorite track on this album. If you were just going to go check out one song, go check out that song. I'll let you know what it's all about. Such a gorgeous guitar melody and a catchy chorus that's going to stick in your head. Like, all in all, really underrated album that I think you should definitely go check out if you're into black metal. So anyways, this is the next 10 albums in my series. These are just my thoughts and opinions as usual. Love to get your takes on these albums down below, or give me your picks for albums of the year. Try to guess what's going to be coming up in my top 30. And yeah, up next tomorrow, I will be counting down numbers 30 to 21, so you can look forward to that. So until then, Hammerheart Metal Reviews, out.